Hello, and welcome to the status of the chemistry address for March 26th. Once again, orders of business, things to address, take out your place for important information. I thought I wrote important twice. Take out your place for important information because there's a couple things that you should be aware of because you are heading into your first assignment that's in the TESTWIZARD. And I want to explain to you how those assignments work, how I'm going to be looking at them, what Ms. Chilton and I are going to be doing in order to take a look at your understanding and what's going into the gradebook, because I feel like that's something that you guys are concerned about. Is this going to count for an actual grade? And I'm going to explain to you how we're going to handle that. So the first thing I want to state is on Friday of last week, so the 20th, you were supposed to have watched this video. If you didn't watch this video right here, I should probably do this in a different color. If you didn't watch this video over here, you need to make sure that you are watching this video, because in this video I'm talking about the orders of business and things to address on the 20th, which talk to you about how to sign up for TESTWIZARD, how to set up for Edpuzzle. We haven't done a Zoom yet, but at some point we'll do a Zoom. You were supposed to have registered for TESTWIZARD and Edpuzzle, so if you didn't do that, please make that happen as soon as possible. The way that the Edpuzzles are working is that they are meant to have little clips and videos of concepts to review and then practice questions that go specifically with that clip. So it's kind of like your self-check and self-understanding. They're kind of like the mini quizzes we would have had in class if we were physically in space, where you would have gotten us to go over them with you. Well, we can't quite do that with red pen sitting at a desk having, feedback that's, immediate and live. But the way the Edpuzzle is supposed to be, helpful for you is you should see a video, you should see a couple questions that go with it, and then an explanation as to what's going on. So if you didn't do the Edpuzzles, you didn't sign up, now would be the appropriate time, because they are supposed to be the review for what's happening in the next assignment. So you have an Edpuzzle that was scheduled for it was scheduled on Wednesday, which is like right this minute. I posted that a few minutes ago, and that Edpuzzle will be due the latest Friday by noon. You can get it done sooner because the TESTWIZARD is going to go live on Friday in the morning. So there's a little bit of an overlap there. The TESTWIZARD will go live Friday, and I want to show you what your screen will look like when you log into the TESTWIZARD. So right now, this is what my TESTWIZARD looks like because I registered for a student account. Nothing is in your TESTWIZARD at the moment that you can see because I made my settings available for me that I can see this assignment. Your assignment will go live at 10 a.m. on Friday. Yep, live 10 a.m. on Friday. Now, the things I want you to be aware of are a couple of, there's a couple things going on here. There's a due date. The due date is the 28th, which is Saturday at midnight. And the reason why I'm going Saturday at midnight, you're going to hear the explanation and the rationale for why I'm asking you to do something Saturday by midnight. You can do it anytime between Friday morning when it gets posted and Saturday at midnight. It's your Friday assignment. I'm giving you extra time on Saturday to complete it, but this is really what should be going on Friday during the day. So get it done during the day, but if you can't, you have until Saturday at midnight to finish it. And I'll explain to you why Saturday at midnight is the time and the place that we're asking for that, because there's a really good reason. The next thing I want to draw your eyes to is there is a time limit. There's a time limit here for 1 hour. So what you need to be aware of is that as soon as you open this assignment, like this is your menu that you're going to see, there is a link here. This is the link. This is going to take you to the assignment. The minute that assignment is open, there is a timer that's going to be running, and I want to show you what that's going to look like. The assessment that you're working on is 20 questions, and we're giving you an hour. They're all short answers, so you're going to type in. There's going to be a question here, and you write your answer, but what you need to make sure you're keeping an eye on is the timer up top. This is how much time you have left to complete the assignment. There is no pausing. So once you open this assignment, that timer is going to run, and at the end of an hour, it's going to cut you off. The way that we are asking, for this assignment to be done, I want you to treat this like this was a test in class. Like, I'm going to explain to you how we're going to, and I'm giving you like the air quotation marks right now, grade it. But I want you to treat this like this would be an assessment in the classroom, because that's kind of what we want here. We want to see what you know, what you don't know. And what the TESTWIZARD is able to do for us is to help us kind of get data you're going to see at the end that I want to show you. I want you to give me your best effort. I want to see what your best understanding is at this time. So when that starts, that 1 hour, It's an hour. When the clock stops, the assessment is over. The test wizard is going to lock you out, and we are not going to go back and reopen windows nonstop, because this is not meant for you to have, 36 hours worth of time where you can like look up the questions. We want you to do the best you can, like this was a testing environment. So, things you should be aware of before you even start. Things you need to do before you start. List of things. You are going to need a reference table. You need a reference table in order to take this. Make sure you have a reference table in front of you. I would not recommend that you use one from the internet, because you're going to have to be flipping tabs to go back and forth. So if you don't have a reference table in your book, print a reference table, because you should always have a reference table whenever you do chemistry. The next thing you're going to need is you're going to need a calculator. So make sure you have a calculator that you are able to use during this. Keep in mind, you really should be using your non-graphing scientific calculator. I'm not there to, to give you any grief about that, but you really should be using your non-graphing scientific calculator in order to do this. Please don't use a calculator that's on your computer, because the computer function, if I type in calculator and I go to this, it's not going to be able to do everything you want it to be able to do. In terms of orders and operations. So make sure you have a calculator that's actually useful. The next thing you should be aware of is that you're going to need an hour. Well, we're going to talk about that in a minute. We have given you 1 hour. So please make sure that when you sit down to do this assignment, you have given yourself, or you have allotted for yourself 1 hour's worth of time. You can absolutely finish early. But this is not something where, I don't recommend, you starting this and you're like, oh, look, it's lunchtime. I'm going to go have a snack. I got to go to the bathroom. Now would be the time to, go outside and Amazon dropped off all my packages. Maybe I'm going to go watch an episode of something on Netflix. You have 1 hour to complete this assignment. So when you sit down, get in the mindset, I need to have my reference table, my calculator. I need to make sure that I went to the bathroom. I am snacked up. I have eaten. I'm not going to have low blood sugar, and I'm going to be in a good place to sit for an hour, because there's no pausing on this assignment. Just if you were sitting in a classroom. So the next thing we should talk about then would be, well, what does this actually look like as you're starting to work through this? You are going to have 20 questions. You can take them in whatever order you want. If you don't know how to answer it, you can go to next. You can skip around, you can do whatever, but there will be a question here, and you're going to type your answer in. The assessment that you're taking for us is going to be all short answer. You're going to write stuff out. When you are all said and done, it could be at the hour mark, or if you finish early, you're going to reach the end of this. Let's say you answered all these questions. There's going to be a green something here to say yep, this was done. When this is all said and done, okay, you're going to get to this screen and it says you have reached the end of this assessment. I didn't answer a single one of these questions, but I'm going to then turn around. When I am done, I am going to hit submit. That is my way of knowing that you finished. I'm ready to score it. Otherwise, at the end of the hour, when this timer hits 0, whatever you have finished, the test wizard is going to hit submit, and I'm going to get a notification that you're now done. Things I want you to be aware of. This is what the back end of my Test Wizard program looks like. So this is data that I collected, from years ago, not years ago, but this was last year's Regents Review time. And the reason why I love to use the Test Wizard is because it can break down for me the questions as a class that, you guys are getting right, you guys are getting wrong. I can reorganize this to put all the most missed questions up top so that when I go to review, if this was Regents Review time, I'd make sure to hit, question number 1, question number 12, question number 16. And I can look at this and go, well, the answer should have been answer choice C, but 50% of you were putting B. Why is that happening? We need to talk about that. The assessment that you're taking tomorrow and through the weekend on Saturday is going to be all short answer. So I'm going to get some data. It's going to look a little bit different than this, but I am going to get some data. And in order for me to get data, the test wizard doesn't score short answers for me, which is the reason why I'm asking for this to be done Saturday at midnight so that I can wake up bright and early on Sunday morning during my quarantine time to sit down and look at these questions and score them in the test wizard. And some of you are like, that really, shouldn't take you that long. I got about 75 chemistry students who were each doing 20 short answer questions. If this was, pen and paper, I would be done with this in an hour and a half, not even an hour. I could zip through that really easily. It's not so easy to do when I'm doing it on the computer, which is the reason why I'm asking for Saturday at midnight, so I can spend my day Sunday going through these and scoring these questions, getting data for you, and then turning around and on Monday being able to stream and discuss the most common mistakes that were made. Discuss tricky questions. Discuss common answers that you all put that were not quite there yet, but maybe were beautiful chemistry, but you're not answering the question. I'm going to set a time and a place on Monday where I can stream, so I'm going to highlight this. The Monday stream is going to be a discussion of what happened on the back end here for me to see, well, what were the mistakes? What happened? And that's going to happen on Monday, but I can't do that and get my act together and have them all graded and be prepared to talk to you unless, I really have this done Saturday by midnight so I can spend my day Sunday planning, putting things together, and being able to have a conversation that is unique to whatever mistakes you were that, were being made. The next thing I want you to be aware of is that this is your first assignment in the TESTWIZARD. We gave you an hour. Me and Ms. Chilton made the executive decision. First assignment, we're giving you an hour. It's 20 questions. It really shouldn't take you an hour, but we're giving you an hour in the TESTWIZARD because we understand that these are crazy times and we've never used the TESTWIZARD. We would be using the TESTWIZARD during Regents review time, and I probably would have had a period in class, talk you through this and be like, all right, guys, it would have been more seamless. It would have been an easier transition. So for this first assignment, we're going with 1 hour for the 20 questions. In the future, we probably would only give you 40 minutes for 20 questions because that's more appropriate with the pace that you would have to maintain in order to finish a Regents exam on time. So just be aware of that you're getting an hour, but in the future, we probably won't be doing an hour. We won't be doing an hour. The other thing that I just want to point out is that the standard time for this assignment, I'm going to go over here. The standard time for this assignment will say 1 hour. If you get any sort of extended time, Ms. Chilton and I are going to be adjusting that on a personal individual, account. We're going to be going into your accounting and adjusting your time. So when you start, if you get extended time, please just take a look at your time that's listed. And you're supposed to have an hour if it's standard time. If you get double time, it should say 2 hours. If it says time and a half, you should see 1.5 hours. Please just check your timing before you begin and make sure if you get extended time that we've updated your time frame. And the same thing is true with reading. Ms. Chilton and I are putting together, for anyone who gets reading done for them, just let me, Ms. Chilton, know we will be putting together a way for you to have the questions read because the questions are not read through the TESTWIZARD program. We're going to have to record for you. Okay, last thing I want to say to you is that we're going to spend Monday in the stream talking about what happened, common mistakes, tricky questions, and then what we're going to end up doing on Monday, that's the Monday later in the day part. You can watch it live, you can watch it at any time that you want, but on Monday, we're going to be starting a new unit in which we're going to be talking about acids, bases, and salt. So on Monday, I'm going to start uploading and, planning out where we're going for the new unit. What I'm going to say there is that I will start with new assignments and I will be posting those assignments for Monday and Tuesday, the rest of the week, heading into new material for you. But I will be posting them over the weekend, so please check the website for the new things that are coming this week. Early in the week, they should be posted on the website. I feel like there was something else. There's one other thing I had to say to you. Some of you were texting me about the gradebook and what's going on in Infinite Campus. I have just put a momentary pause on putting anything into the gradebook, so I know that some of you handed things in later. There were assignments that were collected as all these things were going down. I know that the administration came out with new grading things that, how we're handling grading. I will stream probably just, status of business and order of things to address with updates on how that will be handled. But I need to go through and make sure that I'm getting the assignments right that are going in and not going in. So this particular assignment in the TESTWIZARD, I'm not scoring you out of 100 points, if this was a test and be like, you got, 6 out of the 10 points, you get a 60. I'm just looking for completion and I'm looking for your best effort. The TESTWIZARD will tell me how long it took you to complete this assignment. So if, it took you 30 seconds and you hit submit, for 20 short answer questions, it's clear as day to me that, you didn't give me your best effort. So just keep in mind here that we're going for completion, but it doesn't mean you don't try. Please give me your best effort. That's why I'm spending time on Monday to discuss what you don't understand. And anyone who handed me work in towards, the end of, right before we stopped, seeing each other in physical space, I promise you I will be updating, but all of the work that I brought home to update in my gradebook is currently quarantined in my garage because when I went to school, I grabbed everything and it's in a suitcase in my garage. So it's decontaminating, and I will be posting grades shortly as soon as I finish.